Hello, everybody. Welcome back to more political chatter. This 2024 election prediction is between Tulsi Gabbard as the Democratic nominee versus Donald Trump as the Republican nominee. Now, this matchup would be pretty interesting because Tulsi Gabbard is a former U.S. representative from the state of Hawaii. Just to start things off, she served in the military. I actually think that she is technically still a soldier currently, but Tulsi Gabbard is very more moderate than her fellow Democrats, and she has challenged people like Joe Biden, and Barack Obama even. She regularly goes on Fox News and rather than CNN, MSNBC, all those other news stations. And really, she does not like Joe Biden very much, just as much as she didn't like Donald Trump. But what really makes things interesting is that she voted present when impeaching Donald Trump, which meant that she did not vote to impeach Donald Trump, which is absolutely insane. But Republicans will still remember that she that she endorsed Joe Biden in the 2020 election. So this will be a very, very interesting matchup. And, she's not a fan of Biden, so we're really going to see how well she will do among the pro-Biden Democrats, those who, the pro-Biden Democrats that still exist. So let's go into this. So California, her home state of Hawaii, would be safe. Washington, D.C., Maryland, Delaware, New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Vermont, and Maine's first would probably all be safe. And then and Illinois. And then I do want to point out that she did run for president in 2020. And I believe there were only two candidates who took more than 10% of Trump voters. A poll showed only 10%, which is actually pretty amazing. That was Andrew Yang and Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard was one of them. So she will take very unsatisfied Trump voters from 2016 and many from 2020 because she appeals to both sides. So I do think that because that Oregon and New Jersey would be safe. Tulsi Gabbard will be very powerful. I'll just say that. She will do very well in this election. So now I'm filling in the safe Trump states. Nebraska's second would probably be safe. Not Nebraska's second. Nebraska's first would probably be safe, but I would say that Kansas would become likely. And I really see Tulsi Gabbard doing very well in the state of Montana. I think that should be able to make that likely. Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee, West Virginia, Mississippi, and Alabama. South Carolina would probably stay likely. Alaska would probably be close to becoming lean, I would say. But I do think that it would be likely. I think that Indiana will flip likely, saying that Mike Pence will no longer be on the ticket. And we'll get to Maine second, because I think that Tulsi Gabbard will do very well there. And then going to Texas, I really don't see her having much in Texas. I really don't think that the South is her base. Maybe Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, and Colorado could be a good region. But really, Texas, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, these are not her states, all right? This is not where she will do very well. She's going to have more appeal in the blue-collar working areas, like the Blue Wall. And then the Southwest, I think that she could have something. But Iowa and Ohio, I think that she will do better in the state of Ohio. I think that she will be able to take enough moderate Republicans who had voted for Trump just not to vote for Hillary or Biden. But Iowa, I don't see her having much here. I think it's probably going to stay likely. And then Nebraska's second will be lean Gabbard, I would say. Make it likely. I think that she would do just as well as Biden did in 2020. And then, what's also something to point out is that Biden is unpopular, but that won't hurt Tulsi Gabbard very much because of the fact that she's distancing herself away from him. Maine at large would be likely. It'll probably be likely. But anyway, moving on to the state of Minnesota. Let's do New Mexico, Colorado, Minnesota. I think that all three of these states would be likely. A lot of I don't think that her being anti-Biden will hurt her that much as someone being anti-Trump, because there are so many diehard Trump fans who will refuse to vote for anyone who has denounced Trump. But Biden, on the other hand, a lot of them will turn out for Tulsi Gabbard just because she is much better than Trump in many people's minds. And, they won't mind it that much. Plus, many of them can admit that Joe Biden's presidency wasn't as great as they thought, So I think that New Mexico. So I do think that Tulsi Gabbard being anti-Biden won't hurt her that much. But it might hurt in some areas, like maybe Minnesota's lean and maybe New Mexico's lean. But I think that should be able to win all three of these states by likely margin. And then going to Virginia, this is definitely a state where that will hurt her. It's going to make it a lean win here just because the state hates Donald Trump a whole lot. There are a lot of establishment Democrats who really liked Hillary and really liked Biden, so that definitely will hurt her there. But down south, I don't see her having much here. She won't do that well among the African American population, so Georgia flips back. Florida is such a Trumpian state that will stay in the Trump column, then North Carolina will also stay in the Trump column. So all these three states would be lean Trump, and that really makes the race less close. But going to Nevada, definitely I see this as a state where Tulsi Gabbard could excel. It went to Hillary Clinton in 2016 by 2.4%. She did very well here. And Tulsi Gabbard, I don't see her doing as well with the Latino population as Hillary Clinton or really Joe Biden did. But I think that would be enough. And then Arizona, I think it would be lean Gabbard, and I think it would go more Democratic than Nevada. Here's my reason. Remember the McCain marks. That's why Donald Trump lost here, of remarks that Donald Trump made. That's why Donald Trump lost here. It's because of the stuff he said about John McCain. And Arizona's going to love Tulsi Gabbard. She's a moderate she's a moderate Democrat. That's exactly what Arizona wants when Donald Trump is the Republican nominee. So many of these people will really not turn out for Trump at all because of his McCain remarks. But this is just such a moderate state, and there are enough moderates for Tulsi Gabbard to win. And I think that could become likely, but right now I'll keep it lean. And then going up to New Hampshire, that will be likely Gabbard. And then Maine second. Trump will probably pull off a win here by a lean margin, so a slight reduced margin. And then Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, I think that Tulsi Gabbard will win in all three of these states, saying that there are more Democrats here than Republicans. And they went to Biden in 2020, and Tulsi Gabbard will have some appeal here. So Tulsi Gabbard wins by with 17 more electoral votes than she needs. So she has 287 to Trump's 251. Thank you for watching.